We're at one of the welcome centers of Alabama right here on I-85. As you can see, the incoming traffic, everybody is trying to get to Alabama. You can probably hear there's just a constant roar of cars and trucks and vehicles coming from all over the world. Why? Because there's an adventure waiting to happen to you here in Alabama. Well, hello today, and welcome to this Alabama adventure. Today we're on top of Bull Gap Mountain on the Appalachian Trail. Back in there behind us is the Smoky Mountains, the Appalachian Mountains. We're in Clay County. I want to show you a place to where you can come one afternoon or all day and bring a picnic lunch and have a good time and see a lot of beautiful rock scenery. So that's what I'm going to show you first, is some unusual rock formations. Okay, now first of all, this would be the top of Bull Gap Mountain, and there you can see some granite outcropping. Let me see if I can zoom in on that just a little bit and let it focus. That's the side of the mountain. When the leaves are off the trees, you can see a whole lot more. And I'll swing right around here and show you some right here. Let me back up just a little bit. A lot of nice places to sit and just enjoy nature. Right there is a shot of the sun shining real bright on the side of the mountain. It's beginning to go down in the west, and it makes the rocks look like they have a light on them. Here's a very large rock that has fell out of the side of the mountain and has rolled down this far. I'm just gonna do some taping out the window of the car. Now right here is kind of a trail or a road of rocks that fall out of the side of the mountain, and they tumble and roll down this far, and they do come on across the road. Maybe you can see still got a lot of leaves on the trees right now, but up in there you can see lots of rock on the ground, and they come on down here and hit the road and roll across. And this is another location on up the road a little ways up the trail that you can also see rocks that come out of the mountain or dislodge out of the mountain, and they roll down. They sometimes come in pretty fast, they say, and bounce over the road or in the road. Right there you can see a lot of rocks right there. They tell me that, or so I have read, that the Appalachian Mountains are still growing. They still like push up several inches per year. That's what makes some of the rocks turn loose and fall. And then I'll come across the little road, which is also the trail. And on this side you can see where the rocks have come across the road, a lot of them, and rolled on down the side of the mountain. It's really something to see all these rocks, the way that they do leave a trail behind them. It's one particular place out of the mountain up there, I guess, that they're loose and they keep falling, and here they are right beside the road. And some of these rocks would look real nice in your yard for decoration. Still a lot of greenery and leaves. I guess I should have waited a little later on in the fall, but anyway, here we are here today. Right here at this same location up through the woods there, you see a lot of rocks that have fallen out of the mountain side. There's one giant one right here I want to show you. It's right there behind that tree, if I can get a good shot of it. That is a big rock. Lots of big rock. That would look like if you could do some carving, a little bit of work. It kind of resembles a Bigfoot space to me. And this is some prime Bigfoot country right in here with these caves in this mountain. There are some caves that you can see in the fall on the side of the mountain up there, and have taken Bigfoot reports from this area. Matter of fact, where we were at just a few minutes ago when with the opening video of the video, that's the place that I made a picture of and did a drawing for the cover of one of my Bigfoot books, Sasquatch 2, the Alabama Bigfoot Sightings Continue. That's the location of that drawing. And on the right, so that was the left side of the road we were looking at, and here's the right side, and you can see lots of rock that have come out of that mountain, rolled across the road. I'm sure the county has to come in here sometime and push rocks off the road. One winter, about 3 winters ago, I remember the road being closed, a lot of ice, and I guess the ice had pushed rocks out up there, and I remember the road being closed because it was impassable for rocks that were on it. But I'm going to try to get another shot of that big rock right there for you. That, like I said, it wouldn't take much work on that, and you could carve a Bigfoot face out of one side. It looks like it already has a nose and an eyebrow up there. Right here now, you can probably hear the motor in the car running. I'm just sitting in the car trying to get some scenery. There's some big rocks right there, and now right here is a little trail where water comes out of the mountain whenever it's raining a lot. When it's flooding, like it makes a kind of a little creek coming down the side of the mountain right there. Now if you look right behind that pine tree, I'll try to zoom in on it. Well, I'm already zoomed, I guess. But there's a formation up there of 3 or 4 rocks, big rocks, big as a car almost, but they're flat. You can't see them real well right now with all this leaves and everything, but it looks like a stack of pancakes in the fall, and in the winter when all the leaves are gone. That particular formation right there behind the pine tree actually looks like a stack of pancakes, and that's what I call it, pancake rock. And down from it you still see more rocks that have fell out of the mountainside. But that's one of my favorite formations right there. And I've often wondered if a Bigfoot climbs up on top of it sometime and just sits there and watches us. Now there's another angle of pancake rock. You might can see it a little better, but like I said, there's a lot of foliage up there right now. And of course, alongside of the road, there's a lot to see. Actually, this is part of the Appalachian Trail that we're sitting on. Just some beautiful rocks to come look at, make pictures of, sit on, bring you something to eat. Just have a nice afternoon right here one afternoon. They're kind of layered. Everything kind of looks like pancakes on the Appalachian Mountains, I guess, the way that they were built. Now on this tree is a little carving and some blue paint, and that's what I've been told identifies the Appalachian Trail. I'll show you another one out here in just a moment. All right, somewhat we're in the Talladega Forest, by the way, and I guess somewhere in the forest they're logging because a log truck just came by, and now he's pulling down 148. As you do pull off Alabama 148, you'll come down a little dirt road here on Bull Gap, and I guess about 100 yards down the road they have a little parking area right here. As you can see, it's sort of blocked off with some old cross ties where you can leave your car, and you can walk around and see the scenery here a little bit. And Right up here, I have seen people camping out in tents right up here. Matter of fact, I'll have to tell you about one group that I met here one afternoon. And first, let's walk across 148, and I'll show you part of the Appalachian Trail. Okay, now as you walk across the top of Bull Gap Mountain, you can tell that the road drops off over there. And get a shot of that vehicle going down so you can kind of tell. But as this is looking south on the trail, and as you can see up there on that tree, there's some more blue paint. There's some blue paint on the rock, and these rocks are steps that come along to let you come down that hill safely and cross the road. There's another pile of rocks right over there at that stop sign. But let's walk up the trail just a little ways. I'll turn the camera off and turn it right back on. Okay, now we're coming along the Appalachian Trail, and there's a little sign up here, and I'm watching for rattlesnakes too, because this is some sure enough rattlesnake country. Some of the biggest ones you've ever seen are in here. This is telling you, welcome to Bull Gap Trailhead, is what that says. It has a map on here telling you where you're at. There's a little sign placed by the National Forest Service, I'm sure, the U.S. Forest Service. But just to let you know that this is part of the Appalachian Trail, and I guess it goes right up through there, the way it looks. And I'll turn around, and this is looking back out on 148, walking down the trail. Right here is the blue paint on a tree that's supposed to signify the trail. Right there is some blue paint on that rock, so you can see it from across the road. Okay, now we just came out of the Appalachian Trail right down there, right down those steps. And I want to show you a little something else right down here. This is 148. That way would be west, like you were going to Sylacauga. Now I want you to look at this little formation. I'll tell you what it is in just a minute. But as you can see, the state has put a parking lane on the side of the road right here. And the reason being is there's a spring that comes out of the side of the mountain right here. You can see that pipe, that white PVC pipe right above that rock. Whenever the water's running, it'll actually run out of that pipe and be hitting that rock. There's so much pressure on it. It ran good up until a couple of years ago when somebody came along and decided they would pull the pipe out. I believe the county or the Forestry Service one had installed a pipe several years ago to where when you were walking down the Appalachian Trail and you needed fresh water, you could come right here. But as everything, somebody's got to mess it up. And I see the water's not running right now. It used to run year-round, even in time of drought and no rain. This little spring on the side of the mountain would run. But the Indians like to use this spring because it was close to it was on top of the mountain. That made it special, and it was so close to the Great Spirit. That also made the water that came out of here, supposedly they said, had powers. And I believe it did, because when the water used to run, I have caught water out of here, and we have used it in Indian rituals that we've done. Okay, I've walked back up here to the trailhead, and I'm just going to show you where the little spring was. If you see that a sign, that diamond-shaped sign right down, that's where the spring was. It's about 50 yards from the trail where everybody could find it and have good access to it. Okay, and now right over here, when you walk across the road, there's going to be a stop sign, of course, for that road. But at the bottom of it is a trail marker. Let me show you it. Let's just walk across the road real quick before somebody runs over us. and show you this little pile of rocks here. Anyway, this is supposed to be another trail marker on Appalachian Trail. And right up here on this tree, you can see some blue paint that signify or that marks it. And there was a mark on that tree right there that was blue. I know you remember it. And let me swing across the road. And on this pine is also some blue paint keeping you on the trail. Now it was right over here where those two rocks are that I came across some people that were camped out one afternoon right here, and I'm going to tell you about that real quick. Let me turn the camera around this way so I don't have to be looking right directly into the sun. Sun has been the brightest this fall I believe I can ever remember. Anyway, what it was, I was up here one afternoon just looking around at some of the scenery and stuff, and when I pulled into the little parking area here, I saw there was a man and some women camped out. They had a tent. It looked like, I know you've seen those tents in movies like Aladdin, that's got the little pointed top that look like people from India or Pakistan or something like that. Anyway, come to find out, that's what it was. I went over there and started talking to them. Well, they spoke to me when I got out of the truck, and we got to talking, and I asked them where they were from, and the man said they were from Shaleknistan. And I'd never heard of Shaleknistan, and I said, is that like Afghanistan or Pakistan? He said, well, it's pretty close. He said, you take a right and go down 3 countries, and that's Shaleknistan. But anyway, if you've ever seen the movie, Aladdin, I believe Aladdin's girlfriend was named Jasmine. I believe somebody was named Jasmine in some movie I watched. I believe that's her. And that's what one, he was here with 3 wives. And one of them looked just like Aladdin's girlfriend on the movie. And anyway, they had a big iron kettle cooking something, and he asked me to eat supper with them that night. And I told him, well, I guess I could. I didn't know what they were eating, but it smelled pretty good. And I went over and looked at it, and it looked like beef and beans in there. You know, like maybe they had rustled a cow and butchered it, and you know, were cooking it that night. Gotta let everybody get by because they're wondering what I'm doing. Wish I had a life is what they're saying, but anyway. I went over there and looked at it, and it looked pretty good and it smelled pretty good. So I ate with them, and come to find out after we got through eating, they told me what it was. It wasn't beef and beans, it was cat and beans. Over in Shaleknistan, cat is a big delicacy over there. And that's what we ate was cat and beans. And for about 6 months after that, every time I needed to go to the bathroom, I'd go outside and dig a hole for some reason. Anyway, I guess I'll tell you the rest of the story somewhere else, because whoever the hell this is has got to come see what we're doing. Now this is some scenery along 148. I want you to see where they built the road and had to cut through the mountain. Of course, we can't stay here long because somebody will stop and won't know what in the hell we're doing or why in the hell we're doing it. Wish people would get a damn life.